Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. Now, one thing I wanted to quickly talk about today is Solis. So one thing that I've realized is that a lot of people, like ever since the nerf, have kind of like stopped playing Solis, like as like being like a competent operator to play. And I realize not being able to use your ability during prep phase is a bad thing, yes, but like it doesn't necessarily like change that much when it comes to her kit. Like, yes, the duration like doesn't last as long, but like the same like plays that you have with Solis still apply. And what I mean by that is like you can still find drones, you can see when people are on cameras, you can see claymores, you can see like all the utility that the attackers are bringing basically when they're putting it down actively. Specifically claymores and getting on drone is the important thing. So you can see right here, there's going to be a guy outside my bathroom window. I'm checking to see if I can see his drone. I don't see it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop down this hatch right here. And since he's trying to decide the entry in from over on this side of the map, I'm going to go ahead and jump out on him and get myself a free easy kill onto a Twitch right there, which is fantastic in this position because that's a kill that I'm only going to be able to get when I am playing Solis. You see what I'm saying? Now, unfortunately, it's going to end up turning into a 2v4 in this position, so I'm going to have to make my way back up the yellow staircase to try to retake the bomb site. What's going to end up happening here is one of my teammates is going to tell me that somebody is on my top yellow. Now, I thought he meant like outside of these staircases on the outside of the dorm's window, but that's not what he meant. He meant that there's someone actually on the staircase, so I swing it aggressively to get myself an easy kill on an Ash right there. And then we're going to go ahead and swing dorms here aggressively to try to see if we can kill anybody else. Unfortunately, no one's going to peek us, so I'm going to rotate back towards my bandit here. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to off position myself and catch the enemy team off guard. So I'm going to go ahead and kill one inside of laundry, and we're going to swing showers to reposition again to kill Buck and get another free kill. Now I'm just in a nice 1v1 position at this point, and all I really need to do now is play the 1v1. Now it's really important in a 1v1 that you try to make the last gunfight as advantage as possible. So in this position, what I'm doing is trying to set up a play where I'm going to wide swing off of audio of Ace walking into bathroom, and then I'm going to swing with the SMG-11, which has a superior rate of fire than the AK-12, which means I'm very likely to win the gunfight if he's standing and I aim for his head. Right here, he actually makes a big brain plan, and he actually ends up shooting my feet through the drone hole inside of laundry. But since he goes into laundry, this actually simplifies the position more for me, because now he's in a position where he's going to most likely try to plant inside of A. So all you got to do is just bait audio a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and swing aggressively. One of my teammates is going to call out that I see him on this little head glitch right here, and I'm going to go ahead and flick over, hit his head, and secure the ace right there. Now, I think a lot of people don't really realize this, but like Solis is an operator that is a 2-speed, 2-armor, SMG-11 with shotgun combo operator, right? But the thing is that the kit is more designed for roaming, so it's not quite like a smoke playstyle, you know what I mean? But it is very similar to like a smoke playstyle. Now, the one thing that I wanted to quickly say is that when you're playing Solis, you want to be focusing on making rotates. And the reason why I say that is because since you have the SMG-11, SMG-11 is just for most gunfights going to be better than using the P90. So I'd highly recommend using the shotgun. And the reason why I say that is because then you can make plays where you can set up the bomb site and then you can go for like your risky plays. I'm going to go for a risky play this round where I'm going to be sitting next to the admin windows. I'm waiting for someone to get on a drone, and then I'm going to go ahead and just break down the barricade, and I'm going to jump out on this guy, get myself an easy kill. And I almost escaped, but unfortunately I got caught by an Ash, which sucks, but it is how it goes. Now, I showed you guys how I would use the gadget to get myself free kills. Now, one thing I do want to talk about is that there's going to be some maps like Canal or like other maps where like it's gonna be kind of hard to get those free kills with your gadget, and when like people are on drones, because a lot of times when people are on drones and on their gadget, they're gonna play in a way where it's not gonna be like easy for you to run out on them. And sometimes that's just how it goes. Like on a map like Canal, a lot of people will tend to be wary of the runouts every time they play. So in moments like these, instead of playing for the runouts and like the play where they get on the drones, I feel like you should play on the information that there's no information on that the enemy team has for you, if that makes sense. Like, for example, what I mean by that is that like if I do a full 360 around my body with the gadget and I don't see any drones around me, I don't see anybody on the camera, I don't see anything like that, and the enemy team is doing like a vert push, for example, that tells me two things. That tells me one thing, that they have no information from my walk-up play or my walk-down play, and it also tells me that I potentially have plays where if I'm playing inside a site, I could potentially walk up as well, because if there's nobody covering and nobody has information for the white stairs for the walk up, there's a really high chance that that means that I could potentially get myself a free kill on the walk down. Now you're going to see right here, I'm going to get information that they're pushing for vertical in this position, but they're not pushing me out, so I'm going to go ahead and just casually walk down the white stairs. Nobody's really like paying attention to me here, so I'm going to go ahead and try to hit a flank now. I'm going to go ahead and I end up catching a ram here, if I'm not mistaken. She's going to be inside a radio. I'm going to go ahead and swing aggressively to get myself a very easy kill into her, because like I said, they had no information that I was on white stairs, so I go ahead and get that very easy kill right there. And then right here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pop this Goyle from the vertical that the ram made. This is going to prevent the guys inside of Scuba from being able to make their push. And then this Os is going to charge in from, I don't even know, reception and drop bomb for me all casual. Like, I'm not really sure what he was doing, but I get myself a very easy kill on him. And then the last guy obviously is Scuba's side. Now right here, I'm doing that play again where I'm repositioning myself. The reason why I'm doing this is because, yes, I did have the diffuser on white stairs, but it also makes that my position very predictable. If the diffuser is on white stairs, that I'm very likely to go play next to the white stairs. So if I rotate down without anybody being able to be aware of me, it's very unlikely for the guy to know that I rotated down. You know what I mean? He's going to have to spend a lot of time looking for me on vert. Now, what's going to end up happening here is that he did end up rotating up Scuba, and then he rotated towards main stairs. He tossed a nade at main stairs, and then he's going to rotate over to yellow in this position. Now what did end up happening there is I did ego challenge here, and the reason why I did this is kind of like goes back to that reason from my other step-by-step video where I was talking about like when to take specific gunfights. The idea is that like right there, the sledge is the last guy alive. I'm using the SMG-11. It's a very close range gunfight. I'm going to basically be shooting almost 2 bullets after the first bullet. I actually got corrected on this by one of my viewers, but one of my viewers was telling me that I actually, the first bullet comes out at the same speed as each other, but the next couple bullets are the ones that are like, you know what I mean, different, you know what I mean? So like, for example, if me and Sledge were to somehow one-tap each other, like right when we see each other, then yes, that would be like bad for us in that position. Or like say for example, if Sledge hits his very first bullet on me and headshots me, then I die right there. That's bad, right? But in general, as long as he doesn't land that very first headshot onto me in that position, then I'm going to basically be shooting twice as many bullets as him in that position. And it's also a close range gunfight, so it's also like the bread and butter of the SMG-11. So in my eyes, I'm going to believe that's going to be a good gunfight for me to take in that position. However, there is a world where I fall back and play cross with my teammate. Next up, we're on Skyscraper. This is my favorite way to get kills on people that play on windows. I just go ahead and like swing them aggressively when they make a little like hole in the window. And the reason why is because it's just like a free kill, because it's very obvious where they're playing when they are on the window like that. So it's very easy to get yourself an easy kill onto them. Now right here, we're going to see we got 1 kill on the window. There's going to be 1 guy on the balcony here. You're going to see here, I'm going to use my gadget to try to check to see if anybody is on the window looking for a play. Where they put a claymore down and just rotate away, and then I was going to jump out, shoot the claymore, and kill them. Now right here, the Samaro's going to try to make a play on me where he ends up jumping into the window as I get on my gadget. Now this wasn't a bad idea, but the problem is that the gadget going on and off is really fast, so it's very unlikely for him to be able to win that gunfight in general, is because all I have to do is check for a claymore if there is a claymore or not, and if there's no claymore, then I can just hop off my gadget right away. Now right here, I'm going to end up getting audio that there's somebody walking up top house, so what I'm going to do once again is I'm going to take that favorable gunfight for the SMG-11, get myself a free kill for Ash in this position, and I believe that was the guy that was actually on house window or on shrine window right here. The last guy in this position is Ace. He's gonna actually be inside of Samurai in this position. He's gonna actually jump over the railing to go for top house where the Ash was. I'm gonna swing aggressively. It's a very favorable gunfight for me in that position and get myself a very easy kill to secure the round. Now typically when I'm playing Solis, I'm going to be focusing on mostly setting up the bomb site when I am spawning in right away. So I'm going to be reinforcing walls. I'm going to go ahead and use proximities. Now the reason why I use proximities is I feel like it's a really good easy way for me to provide a little bit of value for my team. So I always put them in places where you don't want somebody on the enemy team to lurk from. and basically just make it really difficult for the enemy team to make some kind of like hero play that they would like to do. So you're going to see right here, I'm going to put another one onto the staircase. If you do it like this, I believe they can't actually see it when they round the corner. Unless they're like already like on top of it, triggering it. Now typically on this bomb site is like pretty bad when it comes to like holding it like normally. So what you usually want to do is that like you have to prevent the enemy team from doing like a full-on wine take. You're gonna see here when I'm on the roam here, you're gonna see that I get a triple red ping that they're gonna be going for like a wine over push, which is important to note in this position because we're gonna have to go counter that basically, because if we don't counter that, it's not going to be very easy for us to be able to win this round. Now right here, they're going to actually punch the library window, so I'm going to go ahead and walk up here and I'm going to play next to the window. I'm going to end up lighting up somebody right here on a Grim and getting myself a free kill on the jump out right here. And then what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to rotate back. He has a Claymore on the window. That's okay because I don't think there's anybody actually pushing for that main wall, because like I said, they had triple red ping over by the wine side in this position. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to rotate into dining. Now the reason why I'm rotating into dining here is because first of all there's a drone at my feet, which tells me that there's going to be somebody that is going to be trying to take this space at some point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold towards West Main, and the idea here is that I'm trying to deny the enemy team from being able to take this space in particular, because what I'm able to do here is I'm able to light up people's feet from the hatch, so they have to push me on the vertical here. You're going to see right here somebody on West Main tries to challenge me. I'm going to go ahead and win that gunfight, and then right here I'm going to go ahead and trade with somebody who's going to walk down 45. I actually got audio for this guy, so I'm able to just swing aggressively, and I actually end up trading with him to secure the kill right there. And then now it's a nice 3v1 position. We successfully denied their main wine push, and then my teammates are going to go ahead and kill the last guy and secure the round. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's step-by-step video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.